Over the last few days, I finally got a chance to use a Kurve product, which is it's an umbrella that you can use with Joker products, or at least a couple of the Joker products. And it's a parabolic reflector. For those of you who may have experience in the stills world with parabolic reflectors like the Broncolor or things like that, they give a really kind of sought after wraparound feel of light. It's often used for fashion and things like this. First of all, it's a 6-foot umbrella that has a parabolic shape to it. And what it allows you to do is to use a Joker 800 or a Joker 1600. You take the beamer or the front element of it off, and then the rest of the light fixture attaches to the back of this rod that inserts through the back of the umbrella. Then the rod slides through into the umbrella, and then there's a lamp holder on the end of that rod that holds the HMI bulb. Then it has a protective glass piece that goes over the bulb, and then there's a little silver, like 3-inch piece of aluminum. It's a disc that goes over the tip of the bulb to keep direct hard light from the HMI bulb from encountering or striking the subject directly. So it just gets bounce light off the reflector, which is what you would expect and what you would want. We ultimately ended up using the 800, but we almost didn't use the thing altogether. Let me just talk about a few of the things that I liked about this and then some of the quirks. So first of all, it comes in this case. Everything fits in there. It matches the rest of Joker's cases, so you look at it and immediately you can tell it's from the K5600 company. It uses this yoke with a crank in it that allows it to tilt up and down, basically, so you can control the tilt of the fixture with a crank, and it has declination marked on the pivot point, so you can say, oh, this is 30 degrees, this is 20 degrees, whatever. One of the neat things is that by inserting or removing the rod that is holding the actual lamp, you can change the focus. You can either flood it or spot it, and it's a pretty neat thing to see because it has like 2 or 3 feet of travel of that rod that you can move the lamp closer or farther away. It's a silver reflector, and it does seem to be a fairly well thought out system. It also does come with a tube that you can put any light on, but we were not totally impressed with the construction of it. It's an expensive product. Retails for about 10 grand, I think, which is a lot for a fabric reflector, it seems like. Yeah, it has some specialty and proprietary stuff to make it work with Jokers. I have to think that's where the cost comes from, because there's nothing really that super inherently fancy about it. We had some Broncolor product on the same set for stills work that was being done, and I felt like the Broncolor parabolics were significantly better made. They use a crank to open the umbrella and to tension the umbrella, and things just seemed a little bit less thought out, a little less robust with this. But here's the big thing, the thing that really is still head-scratching to me, and maybe somebody has more of an idea on this, but what we found is this little like 3-inch aluminum disc that goes in over the end of the bulb. It allowed a huge amount of spill to come off this fixture, where basically the direct either 800 or 1600 watt HMI globe is just pouring hard light out to the sides. So if you're right in the middle of it, you don't get much of that. It's okay. But if you're on a set of any kind, you just get this huge, bright, harsh, raw light that just spreads out from this fixture in a circle, where the center of the circle is that nice like parabolic light that you'd be looking for. But as you move away from that center target, it opens up into this bright, harsh, hard light. So the gaffer and I on this project, we were looking at it and we're like, just man, that disc needs to be bigger. And so he went and got an aluminum pie tin, like one of these disposable pie tins, that's been stamped out of aluminum. It was probably 8 inches, 10 inches, something like that, and it also had a lip. like a pie pan does. And we found a way basically to cut some slots in that pan and then sort of interleave it over the edges of that disc to effectively make the disc much larger and keep it lightweight and aluminum. And then just sort of as a secondary, we put some gaff tape on it so any pinholes wouldn't allow light to come directly forward. And that made all the difference. It made it from a light we probably weren't even going to use into a light that really came in clutch and did the thing that we were hoping it would do. Yeah, I don't know what other people do with this light. These curved parabolics, they're pretty sought after. One of their main competitors is what's called a breezy. And that's a similar type of product. I think it's even more expensive than the Curve. But basically, they're both solutions to give you like that parabolic look for film applications that still photographers using things like the Broncolor would use. With this little modification, I'd be excited to use this product again. Without it, I'm seriously kind of at a loss to how this tool would be super useful on a set with so much spill going on. So there you have it. The K5600 Curve 6 was the product, and I think with some adjustments, it's really useful. I think it makes most sense if you're going to use it with jokers, though, because that's what it's purpose-built for, and I think there are probably cheaper options that are as good or maybe even better if you just need a parabolic and don't need it to be able to work with your K5600 jokers.